Freedom Eagle here, and I am live. Setting up always takes more time than expected or than desired. Let me see. All right, we're live. Yes. Okay. So the title of the video, unless I decide to change it, will be called "Why You Need to Follow Your Heart." Why you need to follow your heart. Why the fuck do you need to follow your heart? Okay, why does this matter? Any reasons, whether it be good or bad or anything slithering in between, like mediocrity. And yes, I do hear and sometimes agree with the perspective that sometimes mediocrity is worse than not mediocrity, but how do you say complacency? Complacency and mediocrity is worse than failure. Okay. Why you need to follow your heart. So the most healthy people are actually the ones that the most, mentally, emotionally healthy people, talk about mental health, are the ones that are congruent. They're authentic with themselves and other people, because how you treat yourself and other people is basically the same. What do I mean? Congruent. Your inner world matches your outer world. And you're like, okay, you don't feel like doing this, but it doesn't mean you have to have a bad attitude or be rude and disrespectful, but you can let that emotion of, who knows, maybe annoyance or anger flow through you. Because if you repress it, then you actually become, you grow that, you grow that negativity, you grow that anger. I'm drinking my detox tea here. So delicious. Okay. I think it's Shisandra berry. Yeah. Shisandra berry detox tea. Anyways, when I'm talking about, how people say, oh, how are you doing? And, everyone usually has a pattern, a habit. They're usually either depressed or flaky or, I don't know, fake or super positive. And the thing is, not to like judge the people, people are allowed to be where they're at. However, why am I talking about this? Because you want to be healthy. Why you need to follow your heart. Okay, number one, you don't want to be incepted by etheric parasites, demons, devils, malevolent entities, and be influenced by them. You're like, okay, there she goes. She went there. Yes, I did. We are starting. Now, when you are not following your heart, I mean, I have people backstab me, front stab me. It doesn't matter. I have love-hate relationship with people. And it's not really hate. It's more like, wow, I just feel betrayed by you, because there are people who have, I've given, my heart to, my soul, my energy, my time, my love and support, unconditionally, even when they do things that make me, irritated or unhappy. But the point is, that's just part of life. You have to know that the pendulum always swings, things always turn. Like those who favor you can and will turn on you. Those who maybe your enemies or don't favor you can, and they usually will favor you. And it's not that you have to be best friends or it's favor, like favorite. It can be like, hey, you actually team up and partner up together or collaborate, or just like side with each other in many different dynamics of relationships. So why am I talking about this? Why you need to follow your heart is because when you're not, you're actually producing like these malevolent negative portals, whether it be in your environment, in your space, and or in your body. And when you open those, you're inviting consciousness, whether they be sentient or not, to reside, pass through these portals, whether it be in your body, in your aura, or your space, like maybe in your workplace, or wherever it is that you spend a lot of time, your office, the school, wherever, someone's house, your friend, your family, okay? And there's no point in you saging and smudging and doing, burning all this incense and doing all mantra and prayers when you are actually allowing these negative influences, thought patterns, consciousness, whatever, demons, devils, entities, archons, what have you, to you're basically inviting them to come in when you don't follow your heart. And who am I talking to? Because of course, when you follow your heart and you're like a demon incarnate, then you do evil things. So I'm talking to the humans, okay? Because as you can see, I'm more for the benevolent. And if you're going to be true to yourself and you're evil, then okay, then I don't want to say more power to you, but hey, at least I trust you more than the people who I don't trust, because they're suppressing their real authentic emotions and not letting it flow through so that they can be stronger and healthy levels, mind, body, spirit, their Trinity tech. And that is the most important, powerful thing that you can have for yourself, and using it the right way. So this is why I'm saying why you need to follow your heart. Sure, there are things that we don't want to do. Like, oh, okay, whatever. I don't want to wash the car, but I'm going to do it. Like, let's say maybe your mom or dad asked you to do it. So is that going to cause you to be negative, and then you lower your vibration and then you open yourself up to like negative influences, whether it be, negative attachments, astral, etheric, person, whatever, to latch onto you in your auric field, in your body, and or just other of these things like flying around or talking and whispering in your ear to do actually mind control, to tell you, oh, create this lie, create this drama, create this trouble, this chaos. Because I've seen it time and time again, whether I was back in California or here right now. We go all around the world. So I wouldn't call myself a gypsy, but, we've been around. And for people to say, oh, well, this person is just, I don't know, sheltered or whatever. You don't know me. So it's like, wow. Some people just project their reality onto you and like, oh, well, why is she talking about this? She's not allowed to talk about this. Oh, really? Is that how you view yourself? Are those the kind of limitations that you put on yourself? Because you're just projecting your reality onto me. It's like when something or someone triggers you, why you need to follow your heart. When they trigger you, how would you deal with this? So allow yourself to feel the trigger. Okay? And the thing is, there's this other component of, the love and light psyop, the love and light imbalance, like other spiritualists who say, you're not allowed to focus on any darkness. Well, the thing is, there's a lot of misconceptions with people assuming that Bear and I stay. We don't marinate in the negativity or the darkness. Sure, we allow ourselves to feel it. No, we don't suppress it. At least I don't anymore, because I already know there's more pain and disease that is caused in your body because you're suppressing it. When you suppress and repress, you act fake, you're being inauthentic. You're not letting the energy flow, the emotions flow. So if you feel sad, sorrowful, angry, resentful, sure, feel it, but move it. That's why it's emotion, energy in motion. Okay? That's why the most mentally, emotionally healthy people are authentic. They allow themselves to you can say things and still be professional and classy. You don't have to be rude, but you can just be like, well, I really didn't want to do that, but because blah, 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 but okay, and I will. I'll do it. Oh my goodness. I don't know if you heard that, that outside, but anyways, just got distracted by it. So what are the reasons why you need to follow your heart? One, so that you prevent becoming incepted, infiltratable by negative influences. And there's many, you know, I don't really want to go into them. From Okay. And I don't really want to say too much because just join our patreon.com/bear and rainbow shamanic healers if you want to know more. I mean, it's as low as $5 a month. People tell me they don't have money for it. So yeah, there's certain words. I want these transmissions to go through. So I'm actually not going to say certain words, you know, these other trigger words. Which brings me back to, when you're triggered, go ahead and healthily, in a balanced way, allow yourself to feel it and let it flow through. Okay. Let's see. Okay, so people do grow. So allow yourself to change your mind. Allow yourself to change your position. You grow, you learn more knowledge, you get more experiences under your belt. If you contradict yourself, that's totally fine. Because I know I have. I mean, we wrote a book, like one of the books, like what, 16 years ago? Oh, there's so many things I just want to erase and edit and delete and revise, okay? Forgive yourself. Give yourself the permission to change your mind. You are not your story, and you don't have to put these self-imposed limitations on yourself. Just allow yourself to keep growing and, you know, transcending your own limitations, transcending your own self-imposed restrictions, boundaries. Just keep growing leaps and bounds. Don't let anyone hold you back. Don't hold yourself back. And yes, we all have emotions that are negative, such as fear, whatever, negative emotions that are all revolving around fear, hate, anger, resentment, blah, blah, blah. It's okay. Let it flow through. Don't marinate in it. See, that's the thing with the balance of the psyops, right? People like to attack. Oh, how dare you? They like to attack on both sides, mind you. How dare you talk about that reality of like the sacrificial rituals and, like all this stuff with the human trafficking, the crimes against humanity, the drinking of the blood, things like that, and whatever, just using it as their youth serum and beyond. There's more, but as you can see, I'm kind of censoring what I'm saying because I want these transmissions to go through on these certain social media platforms. So I'm kind of keeping it a little bit safe. Where was I? I'm trying to read my writing. What really fast. Okay. So I did give the example of, there are people that I have experienced, just talking to them. You can see when this is why you need to follow your heart, because you keep your healthy, whole aura. You keep it strong, and automatically following your heart, following your love, you stay protected. So in a sense, yeah, even though we're known for psychoprotection, which I don't even like that word, it's just there, and we didn't even choose psychoprotection. So I just have to say that because I'm just so tired of people attacking me for, hey, this is what I do for a living, and this is what people come to me for. But that is their language. That's where they're at. I mean, when they learn from us, you totally learn from a whole different playing field. You're operating here, but we're operating here. It's a different, like you're on this football field, but no, it's on this football field. So it's like you're trying to ask a question, but you don't answer the question because it's a totally different mindset. Do you see what I'm saying? It's like, I don't know, you're playing Monopoly, but it's a different game. We're not even playing Monopoly. So when it comes to, you know what, I should have done some energy stuff so I can be more more clear, streamlined in my communications tonight. I've been going a lot. So let me see how I can streamline this. And do I see the time anywhere? Okay, why you need to follow your heart. You don't want to be incepted. I've seen people being incepted. Like I was living in one of these apartments back in the days. Oh, so cute. We have our own magical stories there as well. Oh, great memories. It was a miracle in and of itself to get it. But this lady, she was like, I don't know, Arabic or one of those, like Arabic or Persian or whatever. And her boyfriend that she was visiting, patriarchal and balanced patriarchy. They don't want you to, I don't know, show off or be gaudy or, very controlling. So the lady was allowing herself to physically have pleasure and just like laying back, putting her legs up in a chair and enjoying the sun. And I mean, she wasn't being slutty or anything. She wasn't being sexual, but just obviously he didn't want the public looking at her experiencing pleasure. Okay, so when you get deeper into your spirituality, you'll understand that Tantra, Eros, authenticity, all interrelates. They're not just about sex, even though, and see, the point is, in this bastardized programming, sex has been bastardized, right? So when you look at the more healthy, divine masculine, you will realize you are sex, your Jing, your life force. These words are all intertwined, intermingling, all one in the same. So, creation. Anyways, this lady, the boyfriend came out and he like, yeah, they were like, I don't know, Arabic, Persian, Farsi, and like pulled out the chair and kind of scolded her. So she wasn't allowed to just, chillax and have pleasure by just closing her eyes and having the sun shine on her. He kind of, I don't know, told her off like a little girl and said, "Go inside. You're." Basically, I didn't hear what he said, but I could already imagine because my dad says the same thing. I know this is rude, but I'm just gonna say it. He says, "Oh my God, did you see those two girls at the party? What are they doing? Just displaying themselves." Really, Dad? So there are certain negative thinkings or mindsets that people can, will, and do have. I mean, live and let live, but they'll say things like that, displaying themselves, because you're not allowed to show pleasure. Many things, when you talk about the lack paradigm, the abundance paradigm, you're not allowed to. Basically, I'm getting to this is bringing me to my point of, well, I do have other examples, but I'll touch base on the main point. You're not allowed to feel happy. People will shame you for feeling happy, strong, positive, beautiful, confident. People will guilt you for feeling empowered. Okay? That's one side of the coin. Now, on the other side of the coin, there are other people, or it could even be the same damn people, who will shame you for feeling like a victim. Mhm. I've had it done to me so many times. Crazy, illogical. So when you're operating out of this lack paradigm, people will try to control you out of and manipulate out of guilt, out of shame, out of fear. This is the lack paradigm. And when they do that, and you allow them to, and you resonate and lower your vibration to like feeling fear, guilt, and shame and any other negative emotions, what you need to follow your heart is your heart. Okay, your electromagnetic field of your heart, it stretches out really far. What was it? I believe 6 feet. Well, the more healthy you are, of course, you're going to have a bigger, stronger aura, the more powerful you are. The more you abuse yourself, the more you think negative thoughts, disempowering thoughts. Yeah, I did mention opening up, inviting, portals or like wounds or tears into your body, your aura, your experience, into the space, the environment. So that's why you want to always think with your heart, because it's so strong, that electromagnetic field. You want to invite more fortunes. And I'm not just talking about money, I'm talking about, blessings, grace, ease, loving relationships, people who are appreciating you. See, there are negatives in the world, but the misconception that people have is they assume that Bear and I marinate in it. No, we don't. You guys marinate in it. That's why you're triggered. And that's why you get mad at us for bringing out certain truths, darknesses. Is that a word? Darknesses? Anyways, the point is, darkness is not bad. These bad things all have lessons. You take it, you process it. It's like cooking. Like you take the dough, you make the tortilla, you roll it up. You do what you need to do. You work it, you cook it. You don't just let it sit there and rot and grow mold. So that's my response to, oh, you're not allowed to talk about anything dark. You're not allowed to talk about the evils in the world. Because the first time I heard this, I was in my teens, and it was a house of, now I realize they wanted to shame me for sharing the abuse that I went through. And it really didn't resonate, but it doesn't matter because I find my own healing elsewhere, more empowered and balanced, that actually worked. Whereas when you're not allowing yourself to be balanced and just say, you're not allowed to talk about the darkness, you're not allowed to share this because you're growing more of it. Well, that's the psyop. This was invented in, if I remember correctly, 1965. The US government, the CIA, invented it when the hippies were doing LSD and all these different, like mushrooms, whatever, acid, doing all these things to open up their consciousness and traverse the universe, open up their third eye, first eye, whatever you want to call it, their pineal glands, and find their answers, find their spiritual evolution. This was invented to cap humans. And that's why these people like to shame other people for feeling both powerful, beautiful, confident, happy, successful, whatever, loving, just all those positive vibes, and also shame people for being negative. Oh, look at you. You should be able to get yourself out of that victim state. You should be able to blah, blah, blah. That's no compassion. So when you go back to your heart, the title of this video, why you need to follow your heart, you find the compassion. So either way, whether people, it's like live and let live, whether people are being victims, let them, just have compassion for them. But for me, I'm not going to enable that. I'm not going to let people take advantage of me and my energy. Or what I would do is, for example, like the panhandlers, I would empower them to find a job so that they can be self-sufficient, or, give them the training so that they get off their addictions to whatever it is, drugs, alcohol, sex, whatever it is, self-harm. And anything can be addiction, really. But I would, one moment. I just noticed something. I wanted to move it. So I would actually empower the people with the resources, whether it be their mindset training, teach them how to get a job, teach them like job skills, instead of just giving these homeless people or panhandlers or whatever. And some of them are even fake. They're not even homeless. I would empower them instead of just feeding, like throwing money at them. That way they perpetuate the problem, the lack. I would actually empower them with resources so that they become more happy and self-sufficient citizen, knowing how to take care of themselves. I would teach them, those kind of things, and provide them jobs where they can make their own money and have, be confident that way instead of just giving money. Anyways, I didn't mean to talk about that, but why you need to follow your heart. All right. My first example was, you know what? I talked about an example that's not even written on my outline. I didn't even talk about what's on my outline. I'm so crazy. Oh, I cracked myself up. Um, so, but it is similar. The story is similar. The lady. Oh my goodness! I shared the story, but I didn't even tell you the entity that I that was involved. Okay, going back. Rewind. Um, okay, so the lady who was lounging in the chair, her boyfriend, right? No, I don't totally feel comfortable around him. You know, there's not complete trust. I just feel that about him. And I was wearing a crucifix, a Christian cross, a necklace at the time. And it triggered him when he saw it. There was this entity that was buzzing around him. And instead of being the normal friendly neighbor he was to me, he actually started being like offensive. And basically, when he saw that, his mind got influenced by this negative, malevolent consciousness that was floating around him, near him, whispering in his ear to like say this shit to me once he saw the cross on my neck. Because he thought, oh, you can get to Rainbow and like, I don't know, enslave her or attack her or somehow bind her with whatever the negativity that already, I don't want to say the negativity that resonates in him or resides in him. How do I say? The programming, the programming of the imbalanced patriarchy. Okay. So that's why I say follow your heart, because it's love chakra. And love can be fierce, love can be strong, tough love, strong and balanced. You know, you can be compassionate. And at the same time, you don't need to be feeding the victimhood or enabling the victimhood or the parasiticism. Okay. Um, so when I saw this thing floating around, and mind you, I see this in a lot of people, you know, I was actually helping this man. Okay, I was helping this blind man coming up the stairs. It wasn't too high. It was just like very, how do you say, uh, wide stairs. So it was like, you know, wide. It wasn't like, oh, a staircase. It was just like stairs. And all these people start saying, oh, can I help? Can I help? I want to help. And if anything, they were being manipulated by these negative entities and negative forces, which they were not aware of yet. You know, when you become so aware, like myself, you can see, hear, and feel them. It's like, oh, you're not helping. You're actually prying him off of my arm, and he's going to fall down because he's blind. He doesn't know you from Adam. You're a stranger, and you're taking him away from his stability, which was my arm, me. So some people get incepted. That's why you got to keep following your heart and keep making it strong, you know, with the love, with the balance, with being authentic with yourself and your feelings in that moment in time. Because if not, these stupid things, you know, possess your mind. They influence your mind. They whisper in your ear, or they even enter your body. Other people I know have multiple entities, attachments, negative attachments within them. It's disgusting. Yes, that's a judgment. Yeah, I'm human. I do have judgments. I let them go, blah, blah, blah. I'm allowed to. So, and even though they have attachments, can I still love them? Do I? Sometimes yes, sometimes no, but mostly yes. I have a soft spot for humanity too. And that's good, because you know your heart. Why you need to follow your heart? Because it keeps you stronger. It staves away the negative influences that may be invisible to other people, because they want to wreak havoc. That's what they feed off. Why do they do this? Why do they exist? You are their food. Your negative emotions are their food. Okay. And when they create havoc and trouble amongst the humans, between the humans, you know, They generate more food. Okay, that's how they exist. So you actually burn them up with your love. When you're vibrating in the higher frequencies, vibrations, you're happy, you're empowered, you're lighting the sky ablaze, whatever, and helping other people. They don't like that. So they want to attack you. And that leads me to, well, not yet. I was going to say, that leads me to my other point, but not yet. That will lead me to my other point. Okay, so I had someone, okay, there are people that are your friends. Some people you think they're your friends or not, maybe acquaintances. You pay them, we share and trade services, whatever. But how do you feel about this? I mean, this is just opinion right now. I'm just talking. They're like, oh my God, you're one of those people. It's like, dude, I'm not even talking about politics. Oh my God, I think you support Trump. Oh, I have to unfriend you. There are people who go all nasty and loud. Okay, like loud. That's why I left social media, to tell you the truth. If you see something there, that's actually Bear. That's not me. He likes to stand up to things. His name is Standing Bear. Okay, I'm the opposite. I'm more of a peacemaker, the empath that neutralizes the negativity between the people. Oh yay, yeah, blessing and a curse. So this person, okay, there's a lot of people, but I'm focusing on this person. It's like, what do? You have a contract, you're with them for what, a year, whatever. Um, you know, the dividing line in the year 2020 has been drawn in the sand. A lot of relationships, even the best friends, even the lifelong relationships have ended because, oh my God, you believe this? That is false. That is fake. How can you? Oh, what a dummy. How illogical. Oh my God. Well, you don't believe this? You don't see it? Yeah. I've been in the middle. I've heard an earful. I've been in the middle of fights physically. I'm like, oh my gosh. Okay, I'm leaving. I'm going to the next room. The bestest of friends and family, even lifelong, broken up because of the exposition, the great awakening that is happening now in the year 2020. And more will be disclosed well, I was expecting it, the beginning of April, but, it hasn't happened yet. So the masses are awakening and say, why do all these bad things happen? Sometimes other people awaken easily, fast. They're already well versed. Other people, they won't believe anything until their fucking house gets burnt down, until they get affected in such a harsh, severe way. I don't need that. Okay. I heard of I'm constantly learning every day, every hour. And my higher self will allow me to experience certain experiences. And it's like, whoa, that is so not my reality. It's like, oh, well, we just wanted you to know that because it really hit home and hard with you. Now you really believe it because you see what they did to those people. They almost tried to do with you. Okay. So there are people that like to just run their mouth and attack, whether it be in person, online, it doesn't fucking matter. And the thing is, you can really see where they're coming from. All this judgment, you can tell they don't have certain experiences. That's why their mind isn't open to certain things. And don't argue with them. There's no point. You're gonna both you're just gonna get drained. So there's no point. That's what they want to do. Oh, let me suck you in. Let's argue. I won't believe you anyway, so I'm gonna just siphon off of your energy. Yeah, just don't go there. Oh yeah, the person. So what do? There are people who have been really noisy. Oh my God, I'm going to mute you. I'm going to unfollow you. I'm going to unfriend you. I don't fucking care. I'm not on social media, bitches. Okay? So it's like, you're not even talking to me. I left. I honor my worth and my time and my wisdom so much more that that's why we have this, closed gate of where we share the deeper knowledge, because it'll be more respected and appreciated and used, actually taken advantage of and used well and wisely by the people who pay for it. Okay? It's not just about the money, it's about protecting your tribe, protecting your space and your energy, and enjoying the people that you're with. So, with that being said, though, there are the loud people who will resist and fight you. There are the people who will leave quietly. They think we don't know, but we know. Okay? And what I was thankful that at least this person that I'm talking about, that we pay services to, long-term contract services, it's like, okay, we found out. We know how you really feel about us because, it shows on social media. But honestly, I still have love for this person, and this person hasn't changed at all, hasn't grown with to the aspect of, oh, I'm always like so depressed. Oh, I like to marinate on the woes of the world. That's why we're out of alignment. Yes, I pay you, we have a service agreement, but we are so out of alignment because you like to sit and marinate and bring everyone into your boat of depression, okay? Disempowerment, victimhood. I'm making changes, you know. I'm I don't sit in a boat of depression. I am sure I can go through, everyone, it's normal. Go through your dark night of the soul, go through some fear, anxiety, anger, whatever, whether it be momentarily, instantaneously, for seconds, for minutes. You have to train yourself. Tony Robbins said, you train yourself, okay? 90 seconds, not months of negativity and depression and victimhood and disempowerment, not weeks, not days. And like I said, there are exceptions, like when you're going through a release, when you're going, oh man, okay, I just noticed something. When you're going through how do you say, like, for example, a dark night of the soul, or when you're going through um, so things like that, shifts where things are actually, the building blocks are breaking down within you energetically, physically. Like, you're not sick, you're not contagious, you don't have like contagious virus, you're just, um, you may be feeling like all these weird negative things, like you're lost, like you're disconnected, like you're not really here, like maybe you bilocated, or you're finding yourself. That's just the circle of life. That's okay. But what I'm talking about is when Tony Robbins said the 90 seconds, you train yourself for being negative or angry, whatever. You let go of the judgments, the fear, the anxiety, resentment, the anger from like years, months, days, weeks, minutes. Okay. He says 90 seconds. It's like a muscle when you go to the gym. Eventually, you cut it off in 90 seconds, a minute and a half. Imagine how you can train yourself to only feel, or if you even want to say marinate, to feel that much. What is that? To feel those negative emotions, because they're not demonized like society, like the love and light side like to say. Emotions, all of them, including the negative, including the dark ones, have messages. You take the messages, those are your triggers, those are your treasures. You alchemize it, you transcend, you integrate it, you use it to empower yourself. Let me give an example. Okay, so you might have fear. It means you could move. You need to run from this coyote. You might have a warning, anxiety about something else. It might be, who knows? Oh, okay, I got another example. Anxiety, fear. You're not prepared for your seminar that you're going to give and present on stage tomorrow, or in a month, or in a week. Prepare so that you feel confident and strong. You feel ready. So the message was, or the message for that example is, you need to prepare more. Um, okay, so this person left quietly, and I'm grateful for that. Having a service provider service agreement together, but like I said, the exposition great awakening of year 2020. People break up. It is what it is. And it's not just a breakup, it's across everywhere. There are wars all around the world, all across, intermingling with the galaxies, intergalactic wars, which, there are treaties being made and broken, including with Earth, this planet, whatever you want to call her. There's many names for her, especially as she keeps transcending and evolving. Her names actually do change. Um, People can be experiencing certain realities, same world, same time, space continuum, but it's like, how come this person here is feeling disempowerment and just being so triggered and, like, I don't know, um, lashing out on people? How come this person here is so happy, feeling empowered, like, oh yeah, I'm well taken care of, I know what to do, no matter what catastrophes happen, tragedies happen, we will be fine. You see, that's what you invite into your world. Okay, I'm getting off on a tangent. Let me pull myself back. Why you need to follow your heart. So I don't know. I want to know what your stories are, or your opinions of that. Because it's kind of like a touchy subject. Are you supposed to be professional when you're paying someone, or they're paying you? And the thing is, I guess for Bear and I, we're like, you know what, you just need to get your opinion or whatever out of the way and be professional. But no, other people are like, oh, I don't like you because of this political affiliation. Well, you know what? I don't even like Trump. He gets the job done. I like that. He's taken so much action, and he's doing a lot to get rid of these human trafficking and exposing and stopping a lot around the world with the deep state. So, with all the evil and corruption. So, use him for what he's worth. But at the same time, I don't trust him. People like to say, oh my God, you posted about Trump. Oh, you're Trump supporters. I am going to unfriend you. I don't need to explain myself. I'm happy for the people decluttering themselves. Delete, delete, delete. Thank you. You saved me. I love that. Decluttering, purging is my favorite. So the thing is, why? Trump could be actually working for both sides. I don't trust him. He could be working for the deep state as well. He could be working for both sides. You don't know. The thing is, when he drains the swamp, when he does what he does, fine. At the same time, it doesn't mean that I support him. Just putting it out there for all the people who have assumed that. You didn't even ask me. You were too heated. You didn't care to have a calm, I don't know, professional, peaceful dialogue with me. So for those people who chose not to take that route, I'm happy to release you. So yeah, I do have mixed feelings about doing business and then having your feelings get in the way because you're judging someone with some political or whatever, not just political affiliations, but viewpoints that you may not even understand, because when you try to talk to someone, like for example us, you don't even understand what we're saying. You contort it to something else. And that's just going on too much. I do have a video called How to Be Peaceful Amongst Warring People. If you look at, I don't know, I guess our Facebook pages, it should be pinned to the top. Just going all on social media, you can find it. Bear's more of like, he likes to fight, and I'm just like, no, let's just chill, let's just be peaceful. Hold hands and do kumbaya. So why you need to follow your heart. Another thing is, when you follow your heart, you will get more benefits. And on the other side of the coin, when you follow your heart, you will also get some attacks. And I'm not just talking about pussyfooting around, slithering by mediocrity. I'm talking about when you skyrocket so high, or when you create shifts and rifts in the consciousness and ripple effects, and people feel it energetically. I mean, sure, they may not consciously be aware, but subconsciously they are. And it's not just the humans, it's like the ETs, the interdimensional beings. They want to, the negative ones, the malevolent ones, if you're doing good, they want to stop you on all levels. It can be multidimensional in your dreams, whatever. Not just psychically attack, but like in your dreams, through accidents, through your money, whatever they can do to bind you, through, like I said, the people that get incepted. Oh, let's make up some lies. Let's create trouble. Let's get this person in trouble because they're they're enlightening and awakening all the other people, and we can't have that because then we won't have food. We need people to live in fear and lower vibrations. We need them to keep warring with each other, because when they keep warring with each other, they stay in fear and anxiety and anger and resentment, all these negative emotions, and that's their food. You get it? What was that? There's like a pulp or something. A pulp in my tea. Got caught by surprise. So, why you need to follow your heart? Because of all the good things. It'll keep you healthier, stronger, reaping more blessings, miracles, fortunes your way. And two, on the other side, it can also do the opposite, especially when you're making big leaps and changes, like for my entrepreneurs. Oh my goodness, I gotta go soon. What the heck? I still have a lot to do, but I was just like, I need to get on. I was following my heart. So I know you don't want to see me get on a video, get on a live, and it's like, oh, her heart's not into it. How boring. No, you want to see someone when they're turned on. What was I saying? Oh, okay. So why you need to follow your heart? Because of all the benefits of it making you stronger, mind, body, spirit, your Trinity tech. And then it can also not make you weaker, but the attacks that come to you. Because when you're making, for my entrepreneurs, like I said, when you're making bigger leaps and growths, they want to hold you back. So when you're just growing a little bit, it's fine. They'll kind of like, oh, okay, you're not on the radar. But when you are making big splashes in the consciousness, energetically, okay, you'll know, because they'll be trying to stop and just do all these stupid things, like the gremlins for the technology, what have you. It's happened to us. Each time we have these big programs to teach, oh my goodness. Well, we get resourceful, we get creative, we find ways to continue with the classes. So, this has happened with my other entrepreneur friends, or even people who are not entrepreneurs, activists. They have their own like nonprofit organizations. When they're making breakthroughs, when they're passing certain milestones, they're almost there. Suddenly, all these negative influences, want to stop and attack them. Just all these mishaps, whatever, all these bad things happening to stop and block them and prevent them from that. So it can happen in multidimensional levels. That's another sign when, like, not just when the shit is bad, but when it rains, it pours. That's another sign that you're jumping to a higher level in a bigger, meaningful way. Like, you're not just cruising along. It's like, boom, boom, I'm coming. I'm jumping up to the next level. I'm graduating. That's another sign of how you know. Any comments? Isn't there anyone in the chats? How are you guys doing? How are you feeling? Is this like helpful or what? So I think that's pretty much what I wanted to touch base upon tonight. Why you need to follow your heart, because that way you can prevent the negative entities from coming. And you can feel healthier, happier. People will trust you more. I mean, if you've always been fake your whole life and suppressing your emotions and your needs, your wants and desires, and then you suddenly change, well, people will just have to get used to it. Or you move. So the people who don't know you will be like, oh, okay. Or whatever. They just fall out of your life. You grow out of alignment. And then you'll attract the people who can handle you being authentic. So why you need to follow your heart. Anyone dropping comments? Why you need to follow your heart. The Bear and I, or myself alone, or I'm going to do more research because I really want to do something about the love and light psyop, because a lot of people think they're so self-righteous and they can just go on criticizing, attacking people, shaming people for either being lowly victim, kind of draining and vibrating low, or for vibrating really high, empowered, happy, loving, like boom, just, successful people who are making transcendent change. So for people who do that, who are shaming and guilting other people, that is operating out of the lack paradigm. And that doing that, being that, resonating that will open you up to negative influences. And sometimes it breaks my heart, but it's okay because, there was this picture. I was in this class recently. Big ups to the people there, to the teacher. I'm going to have this analogy, when you break your heart, there's a heart and it's broken. There's all these cracks. You're like, oh, how ugly. You need to sew it up again, whatever. The pot, micaceous clay, anyways, the pot is like the heart, metaphorically. It got cracked open, and then they glued it with the gold. And I thought it was so pretty. It looked like, kind of like, if those of you who are into pottery, the horse hair, it looks like veins or lightning when it's baked into the pottery. And I just thought, oh, if you never get your heart broken, then you never have these beautiful gold linings or gold, gold things. Like, I don't know, it looked like lightning, these gold veins or roots to glue them back together. Or in your heart, if you never get it broken, then you never have the light to enter it through those cracked portions, those cracked areas. But then we always heal our heart again. We're strong, we're resilient. And people don't realize that. They think that they just have to have always protection or like walls up. And yes, mind you, there is importance for that. And at the same time, there are people who need that, who need more protection, and there are people who don't need it at all. Yeah, I said it. I teach psych protection, and I said that. Everyone's different. Everyone has different needs. And basically, the most important substantial proponent is love. That's why love makes the world go round. People like to say money makes the world go round. I like to say love makes the world go round. Because when you are tapped in, tuned in, turned on, you can be limitless. You can be invincible. No one can take that from you. And by the way, people, it's not free. You have to hone it. You have to work at it. You have to be disciplined. You have to be balanced. You have to feed the balance of, the work and the play. And it's okay. You know how there's tests and people like to do evil things. So Google not only steals your privacy and traction, all that. If you look this up, you look at what was it? Holland, the Netherlands. They're pretending to clean the roads. They're actually taking your DNA. Okay, why? There's many reasons why. Like I said, join our patreon.com/Bear Rainbow Shamanic Healers. Tiers, $5, $10, $15. All right. I know y'all spend more on Starbucks, okay? So I don't want to hear it. But if you're called to join the tribe, this Google, knowing your DNA, right? Taking a swab. You can look it up. Google DNA. You know how there's like Google search, Google Maps, Google DNA. There's also Apple. Oh my goodness, how diabolical. Apple DNA. So you think, oh, they just want to take certain things and steal certain things, right? I know I'm getting off on tangent, but I'm just gonna go there a little bit, give you a little taste. Um, they can also steal your soul. Yeah, your soul. People are like, what? I thought only like sorcerers and shamans or people who are like into mystics and magic. No, no. Techies, technology, AI, all these diabolical things, all these people, these things that are not human, doing these satanic rituals and all these diabolical, nefarious, all these things that are inhumane, they're not human. What are they doing with your DNA? What are they doing with these body parts? What are they doing with the genes? Why do they keep manipulating and changing them? What are they doing in these DUMBs, in these R&D bases? What are they doing? Disgusting, scary, horrific. Why? Those are the kind of things we talk about. And yes, it does revolve around the time sensitivity of what's happening with the world that will not be televised. You know, not everyone here is for ascension, and certain people will not be here because they don't know what's coming up and they don't know how to prepare for it. So I'm not trying to instill fear, but if you are drawn to learn more from us, then our thing is we always like to empower. If you don't believe what we say and you think, oh, that's fake bullshit, then you can always get off our channel. But for those of you who are like, oh my gosh, this resonates, I feel like I need to prepare. They know some things that I need to talk to someone, I need to learn about this. Then, like I said, you know where to contact us. Our website is berryrainbow.com. Yes, we do. Well, we haven't done lately the groups, but that's why we're doing Patreon. And it's easy. I mean, if you don't know how, it's just easy. You're already on these social media platforms. You can just find us there. It's the same thing. It really is easy because I'm also patrons to other people. Yes, so there is a time sensitivity, and that is the reason why these people are being desperate, doing these evil, corrupt things all around the world, from the governments to the shadow governments. They're all interrelated, and they're also interrelated with the non-humans. How do they do this? Why do they do this? Who's doing it? Why? How? We go into that. So, and the thing is, our spin to it is empowerment, so that you can feel peaceful about it, so that you know what to do, so that you know how to be 10, 50 steps ahead of them before they incept or do other things on all aspects of your life, from your money to your body to your mind to your consciousness to your soul. Because, like I mentioned, there are so many nefarious things, such as uploading your consciousness, uploading your soul into cybernetics. So, with that being said, I have to. I'm following my heart. I had to say it, but I do apologize, because if you're like going to bed, you're like, what? You just riled me up. You triggered me. I don't want to sleep. Like, how can I sleep now? There's already so many evil things in the world. Okay. Turn on your music. Think about your favorite place, someone or something, your pet, whatever that makes you feel lovey-dovey. Okay. And you're relaxing. You turn on your solfeggio frequencies, the hertz for love. Okay. Calm yourself down with that. But like I said, we're here for empowerment. We ain't going down like that. So for those of you who are called, you know where to reach us. You know where to find us. Okay, I gotta get going. Rainbow Heart Freedom Eagle signing out. Peace. Healing. It is all that is.